Imagine a device that knows everything about you, not just your favorite music or the contents of your inbox, but where you are, what you see, even how you feel. Now imagine that device isn't a phone or a watch, but something altogether new, created by the genius behind the iPhone and the visionary leading the AI revolution. Would you trust it with your life? Or is this the next chapter of technological overreach that could change privacy forever? This isn't science fiction. It's happening right now. OpenAI's CEO Sam Altman and Apple's legendary designer Jony are teaming up to build what might be the most ambitious personal device since the smartphone. Their goal? To create an AI-powered companion that promises to free us from screens, but in doing so, might just record, process, and learn from every moment of our lives. If the future belongs to those bold enough to shape it, then this is the boldest move Silicon Valley has made in years. But is it a path to liberation or surveillance? Let's dive into the story behind this secretive $6.5 billion project and the challenges that could make or break it. For decades, the story of technology has been a march towards greater intimacy and convenience. The personal computer put power on our desks. The smartphone put it in our pockets. Wearables brought tech to our bodies. Each step promised more freedom, but often tied us closer to our devices. Sam Altman, leading OpenAI, has never been shy about his ambitions. Under his leadership, AI has moved from the lab into everyday life, with tools like ChatGPT capturing the imaginations and anxieties of millions. Meanwhile, Jony is a legend in design, best known for working hand-in-hand with Steve Jobs to create the iPhone, a device that literally changed how the world communicates, learns, and works. Now, these two forces are uniting for what Altman calls the biggest thing we've ever done as a company. Their plan? To create a third core device, not a smartphone, not a smartwatch, something intended to sit at the center of your digital life, yet be as unobtrusive as possible. According to leaks and cryptic briefings, the device is pocket-sized or maybe necklace-worn, designed to blend into your daily routine without demanding your constant attention. Instead of distracting you, it listens and observes, learning your habits, context, and preferences, always ready to support, advise, or connect you, all powered by the most advanced AI models available. The vision is audacious. An AI companion that's not just a personal assistant but a true partner, aware of your environment, your activities, even your state of mind. OpenAI recently acquired Ive's creative collective I/O for a sum reportedly nearing $6.5 billion, a price tag that hints at the scale and seriousness of this undertaking. Altman's not subtle about the stakes. In a leaked call to employees, he claimed this move could add $1 trillion to OpenAI's valuation. That's not hype. That's the kind of moonshot thinking that, for better or worse, has driven every major leap in personal technology. But what exactly do we know about this mysterious device? And why, with so many failed AI wearables in the past, do Altman and Ive believe this time will be different? Let's look back to understand what's at stake. Wearables have always been a paradox. The Apple Watch took years to find its killer use case. Google Glass, once hyped as the future, fizzled amid privacy backlash and fashion disasters. Even the most recent attempt, the Humane AI pin, landed with a thud, described by one reviewer as a bulky $700 mistake that nobody wanted to wear. So, what makes Altman and Ive's approach different? First, there's the talent. Jony Ive's design philosophy is legendary: minimal, elegant, functional, products that disappear into your life until you realize you can't live without them. Altman brings not just AI expertise, but a proven track record of shipping products that scale fast, break boundaries, and capture headlines. Second, the technological leap. This isn't just another wearable running basic voice commands. This is a device powered by OpenAI's latest models, trained on oceans of data, capable of contextual understanding. The ambition isn't to replace your phone, but to offer a new interface, one that understands not just what you say, but what you need, when you need it. Third, the timing. After years of increasing screen addiction and digital overload, there's a genuine hunger for technology that can enrich our lives without dominating our attention. Devices that promise screenless interaction, ambient AI that supports you quietly in the background, are suddenly in demand. Yet, the road ahead is paved with risks, both technical and ethical. Mark Gurman of Bloomberg argues that this partnership gives OpenAI a strategic advantage to leapfrog competitors in the hardware AI integration race. Jess Weatherbed of The Verge even joked, "AI now stands for Altman Ive." The tech world is buzzing. But it's not all optimism. expert voices are raising alarms that echo far beyond Silicon Valley. James P. Steyer of Common Sense Media, a leading advocate for digital safety, is blunt. Social AI companions can be risky for children. The potential for manipulation, misinformation, or data exposure is real. Arthur Holland Michel of the Carnegie Council goes even further, warning that the era of AI surveillance could fundamentally reshape society. We need to ask, who controls these devices? What data do they collect? And how transparent is the algorithm shaping our lives? This isn't just about cool gadgets. It's about power, privacy, and the shifting line between help and surveillance. At the device's core is a simple but world-altering proposition: to be fully aware of your surroundings and life, not just location or calendar, but context, emotion, even attention span. This ambition will require collecting and processing vast amounts of real-time data, potentially audio, video, biometrics, maybe even emotional cues. Where will that data go? Who will see it? Can it truly stay private, or will we all become test subjects in the biggest behavioral experiment yet unleashed? History, especially the recent past, urges caution. The humane AI pin flopped because users found it bulky, intrusive, and above all, untrustworthy. In a world still wrestling with the fallout from data scandals and privacy breaches, the idea of a device that knows everything raises huge questions. Even pop culture has weighed in. Black Mirror's chilling episode, The Entire History of You, imagined a near future where an implant records every moment, transforming relationships, privacy, and even sanity itself. Critics are already asking, have we learned nothing, or are we about to repeat the same mistakes on a global scale? Governments are watching. The European Union's AI Act, along with other emerging frameworks, aims to put guardrails on how data is used, algorithms are trained, and users are protected. More regulation might protect our rights, but could it also stall innovation? Let's not forget the potential upsides. The right AI companion could boost productivity, offer genuinely personalized experiences, even provide mental health support. Ambient AI could help us focus, remember, connect, all with less screen time, more real time. But the line between helpful assistant and Orwellian overseer is razor thin. Balancing innovation and ethics is the real test. Chirag Dekat of Gartner captures the tension. Personal AI companions will shape the end-to-end user experience, but only if trust is built from the ground up. As OpenAI and IVE's creative collective ramp up production, reportedly preparing to ship 100 million units, the stakes couldn't be higher. Billions of dollars, years of research, and the reputations of two of the world's top tech visionaries are on the line. So, will this be the next leap in personal technology or the tipping point for mass surveillance? Can society adapt fast enough, ethically, legally, culturally, to a world where an AI companion is always listening, watching, learning? And perhaps the biggest question of all, do we want our technology to know us better than we know ourselves? As OpenAI begins its greatest gamble, the world holds its breath. Will this new device fulfill its promise of harmony between man and machine, or are we on the cusp of handing over our last bastion of privacy to Silicon Valley's latest creation? In the next chapter, we'll explore how this technology could shape our daily lives, the unexpected risks and rewards, and what it means for the future of human agency in a world of omnipresent AI. But before we get there, consider this. If you had the chance, would you let an AI companion into your life, and at what cost? Imagine a world where a tiny, elegant device knows you better than your closest loved ones. Not just what you say, but how you feel, the subtle expressions that flicker across your face, your routines, your hesitations. This is the future OpenAI and Jony Ive are betting on, a future where the third core device acts as a silent witness and assistant, plugged into our lives in ways we once reserved only for our own minds. Let's fast forward. The device has launched. People are wearing it on necklaces, clipped to their clothes, or perched on their desks. Suddenly, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Your AI companion recognizes when you're stressed before you do, suggesting music or a breathing exercise. It remembers your forgotten appointments. It helps moderate your mood or even coaches you through difficult conversations. Productivity soars for many. Children, the elderly, and people struggling with mental health issues find a new kind of support always within reach. Yet, a sense of unease ripples through society. Where is all this data going? How is it being used? The promise of a screenless future, of less doom scrolling and more presence in the moment, collides with the unavoidable truth that an always-on AI must know nearly everything about you to be truly helpful. James P. Steyer of Common Sense Media is among those raising a red flag. We have never had a device this intimate in our lives. If we're not careful, these social AI companions might become more of a threat than a friend, especially for children. His worry is not just for privacy, but for the psychological shaping of an entire generation that never knows life unobserved. Others argue this could be humanity's great leap. Mark Gurman of Bloomberg points out that the convergence of OpenAI's language models and Jony Ive's design acumen gives this partnership an edge that few can match. If any team can make AI wearables irresistible and responsible, it's this one, Gurman insists. But even the most optimistic agree, the risk of misuse is real. Let's explore 3 possible futures. In the first, the device becomes a global hit. With careful regulation and transparent data handling, users feel empowered. Data is stored locally, encrypted, and the AI functions mostly on-device. The companion becomes a trusted partner, genuinely making life easier. For people with memory challenges, it offers gentle reminders and safeguards. For lonely individuals, it provides comforting interaction. Healthcare providers use anonymized trend data to spot mental health crises early, saving lives. A new age of digital well-being emerges. In the second scenario, a cautionary tale, the devices are rushed to market, and privacy takes a back seat to growth. Hidden terms of service allow for user profiling, targeted advertising, and even government access. The great promise of personal AI devolves into the greatest surveillance tool ever invented, warns Arthur Holland Michel from the Carnegie Council. Public trust evaporates. Countries with stricter laws ban the device, and it becomes synonymous with a digital big brother. The backlash forces OpenAI and its competitors to rethink, but the damage is done. Society's relationship with personal tech is forever changed, and the dream of humane AI retreats. A third, more nuanced path sees the world struggle in real time with these dilemmas. Regulatory bodies, like those behind the EU's AI Act, impose tough standards. Some features are limited. User consent becomes central. Grassroots advocacy groups spring up, demanding auditability and the right to opt out of AI-driven analytics. The device evolves, no longer a passive recorder, but an active participant in ethical debates. It prompts the user with privacy choices as easily as it offers productivity tips. Society doesn't just adapt to AI, the technology adapts to us. Which future will we choose? The answer ultimately lies not in technology, but in the values we demand from its creators. Sam Altman himself admitted, "We're standing at the precipice. The decisions we make today will echo for generations." Let's move from the big picture to your everyday life. What practically does all this mean for you, the viewer? What can you do with these insights? First, vigilance. If you're considering adopting an AI-powered wearable in the coming years, scrutinize the privacy policy. Where is your data stored? Can you delete it? Is it sold or shared with third parties? Technology is only as ethical as the humans behind it, and your informed consent is your first line of defense. Second, advocacy. These devices are not just products, they are social experiments writ large. Use your voice. Demand transparency from manufacturers. Support lawmakers and regulations that prioritize user rights and data sovereignty. If enough consumers push back, companies will follow the money and, ideally, the ethics. Third, opportunity. Don't let fear wholly overshadow genuine progress. These tools, if designed responsibly, could be game changers for people struggling with memory loss, social isolation, or mental health. Imagine a future where your AI not only reminds you to take medication, but knows when you're feeling down and connects you with a friend or counselor, where your daily routines are enhanced and not hijacked for profit. Most importantly, don't let the convenience of these devices numb your sense of agency. Every time you opt into a new feature, pause. Who benefits? What are you giving up for that comfort? Tech should serve you, not the other way around. Above all, remember, we are still in the earliest days of this revolution. Even the biggest players can misstep. The debacle of the humane AI pin, abandoned by thousands after disappointing its users, proves that slick marketing can't always overcome user skepticism. If OpenAI and Jony Ive succeed where others have failed, it will only be because they understand and respect the hard lessons of the past. To answer the key question we started with, will this AI-powered wearable companion empower users and improve lives, or will it cross the line into dangerous, intrusive surveillance? The answer is both unsettling and hopeful. The device holds the raw potential for immense good, to help us focus, remember, connect, and grow. But without stringent safeguards, radical transparency, and a culture that values individual agency, it could easily become the most intimate surveillance tool in history. The future is unwritten, and perhaps for the first time the power to write it is in our hands as much as in the hands of Silicon Valley insiders. Here's a secret fact most people haven't realized. While headlines focus on the device's ability to see your life, insiders say its most valuable feature may be its emotional intelligence, the ability to sense your mood and subtly shape your environment to support your well-being. If that power is used responsibly, it could mark a new era of technology that genuinely cares for its user. If not, it could manipulate emotions for profit, sometimes without the user even knowing. So as these devices inch closer to reality, the most important decision isn't whether to buy one. It's how we, as a society, will set the rules of engagement for this next chapter of human-machine partnership. What do you think? Would you trust an AI companion to be this close to your daily life? Where do you draw the line? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you learned something new or want to stay ahead of the curve on